Hey, and welcome back to this session of Publishing Empires. Now we're going to have a look at integration and management. Now that you're familiar with both Google AdSense and with ebook publishing, it's actually time to create a profitable distribution plan for your content so that you'll be able to actually go and integrate both of your revenue streams here. So our objectives now is going to be to create firstly a manageable distribution plan for all your content, and then we're going to create various revenue points for the life cycle of your content. Okay, now before we're able to create a workflow, let's quickly consider the various touch points where your content could earn revenue. I can think of a few that I'll share with you. We've got investors who can pay a lump sum for all our content, especially if the content is not time sensitive. Then we've got magazine subscribers, and they can actually pay a monthly fee to receive our fresh content. Then we've got obviously website visitors that can pay for our content by visiting the Google AdSense ads that we display. So the website visitors get it for free, but they pay for it through the advertising. Then YouTube viewers, in a similar way to our website visitors, they'll actually also pay for our content by visiting Google AdSense ads. Then of course we've got ebook readers who will pay to purchase our books. Typically it would be a one-off purchase for valuable content. And then we've also got something very interesting, which is Google Newsstand visitors. They actually pay for our content by accessing it freely through mobile phone devices, and then we get paid through Google AdSense or through the DFP program from Google. Now, it is imperative to understand our contractual obligations before designing a content workflow. For example, if we did agree to exclusivity with one provider, then of course we cannot monetize the same content elsewhere. However, we can often move our content from one channel to another when the time is right. And so next up, I'm going to share with you a typical content distribution plan that we've used for a health publisher. And this is a pretty awesome example because you can learn from this and design your own. So this content distribution plan relates to recipes for healthy meals, such as salads and smoothies and so forth. So here we see that firstly what the publisher did was they released new recipes to magazine subscribers, and then they wait 2 months. Okay, so during this period, the magazine subscribers benefit from relative exclusivity in the sense that they're the only ones who can access the content at that point. At the same time, this is useful because it's helping us to actually test which of our articles are really popular and which are least popular. And then we move on to the second step. Okay, so now we're going to take the top 5 articles, or the top 10 articles as voted for by the magazine subscribers, and we can video record some promotional material related to these articles and have discussions of them, and then distribute this via YouTube. Okay, and then at the same time, at this point, we're going to create 3 ebooks that are released across multiple channels, and we can have different bundles with different prices. So for example, one ebook could have just a few examples, a few short articles, and we'll sell it for really cheap, and another ebook will have almost all of our articles and we'll sell that at a premium price. So we're really mixing and matching various articles to create funky titles, and it will all form unique ebooks that we're going to release on the market. Again, at this point, the publisher can wait 2 months. You can even wait up to 6 months if you like for the ebook readers to buy the latest releases, and then you move on to the third step. So at the third step, we're now ready to target a wider audience in 2 ways. Firstly, if the product life cycle is in decline, then we release the entire product for free, and then we're just going to sit back and earn advertising revenue. The second way is actually where the product is not time sensitive and the life cycle is not declining. In this case, guys, all we're going to do is we're going to release just a few teaser articles for free. We're not going to charge for them. We're going to release a few of them, but this small selection will actually then inspire people to go back and to buy the ebook that contains all of the articles. Now, the content's obviously distributed freely via Google Newsstand and via the publisher's own blog. So your own blog is going to be loaded with AdSense ads where you're going to be earning revenue from. Now, this tactic that we just mentioned is known as releasing of back issues. Now, boosting one single back issue, guys, via a newsletter. If the newsletter has got about 200,000 people, then that one single article can earn for you $2,000 in a day. Perhaps in 2 days or 3 days if people open their emails later on. So this is a very important step to take, especially if you've been growing a good, solid following via email. And now, guys, now we're reaching the final step here, where the entire business is sold based on the revenue that it created, where the content is actually generating the ultimate return for you, the creator. So then the new investor who will take over the content, they can easily repeat the process. They can repeat the whole process by releasing updates to the content and re-engaging the audience. Great, guys. So in this session, it became clear that the life cycle management of our content means that we look for various revenue touch points, okay? And then we're going to re-release our content several times through a couple of different channels. You really need to sit down and actually map out a plan now that's going to work for the type of content that you wish to create. And in fact, I would say do this before you even start to create the content, so that you've got a clear goal in mind. And remember, the type of content that we create will influence whether it is time sensitive or not. Guys, I'll stress this again, and you're going to see this later on in the course. The ultimate aim here is to build, manage and sell a well-managed business to investors. And then obviously once you've taken a few months out, you can go and repeat the whole process again. And the beauty is every time that we repeat the process, we learn more and we improve it until it becomes a pleasure to do it and until our profitability is optimal. You're going to enjoy the session that's coming up later on how to sell your business, where to find investors and where to market your business for sale. But obviously there's a few more things we need to learn before we can get to that. Excellent. I look forward to hearing from you on the forum. Any questions, just bring it to me.